We're just all trying to decide whether this information is fact or fiction. And I think that's where we have to leave it. There's no proof otherwise, and until something concrete comes out, I'm not going to talk about this again.
Famous last words. We are here yet again. I shouldn't be surprised at this point. So, as everyone has seen by now, 10X Entertainment has released Finger Killer, a documentary about everything that happened to Woojin, including the false rumors that started in September last year. Before I even get into any of this, here's a reminder for all of the names that we use for everyone involved. And here we go. So with the documentary, basically I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny. I understood why it had a comedic tone to it. It was supposed to take the piss to some extent or show how exasperated the whole new company, which hadn't even had a chance to actually start up, and then having to defend the one artist they have. I did have a problem with one phrasing of things.
It's just that some ding-dong decided to type a couple made-up stories and tweet about it.
But even then, that's not too bad. Yeah, honestly, it proved a lot of points that we had already established were 100% false. The statement, which we had already discussed on this channel, was mistranslated.
This is the accurate translation. Yes, it is quite similar to the Instagram one, but I'll point out that the initial translation was quite brash and unprofessional. I also don't think he was promoting his solo activities per se. He was just letting people know that he now has a label that will be handling the situation from this point onwards and that he'll be keeping fans updated.
Q and the photo, we already established that a while ago.
It doesn't prove anything. There's no proof that this is or isn't legit. I would completely agree with all the stuff about the second person, because 10X Entertainment themselves proved already that the photo was from some random guy's Instagram ages ago, and a lot of the other rumors and stuff, I was already skeptical about it originally. Anyway.
I still can't believe people said it was doctored or that it was fake or something. You could, that's for me, that's next level. That's not wanting to believe a victim. That's just not wanting to believe the truth. But the one thing that I found so weird was they barely touched on A1's allegations at all. Instead, they were just talking about how it was someone trying to tear down an idol out of jealousy and just because they wanted to hate on him, which could definitely be true. But if they're so happy to go into the details of everything else and trying to disprove everything and make a point, why did they only mention the first, that one line about A1? W, U, big three. And then I think it was protect yourself or something with the Korean English translation underneath. But they didn't talk about any of the actual allegations themselves. I found it strange because with Q, they debunked everything, proved their point, it was fine. But with A1, they basically were only talking about those two tweets, which didn't even say anything about the allegations, and then continued to rip A1 apart later on in the video. They didn't even discuss about why those allegations were false. And the only explanation I can think of for this, other than they didn't want to incriminate him further or trying to gloss over it, is that it's for legal reasons. Because they did mention that they're starting legal proceedings in Brazil with the people who they suppose are A1 and had something to do with A1 being created. One thing that took me off guard was the email. That was smart. I just feel that they could have at least slightly given a quick rundown of A1 and say we'll get into why we can prove this is false later on or something. It was just they didn't address that at all, and that made me feel strange about the whole situation. But it would make sense that they had to ignore the main crux of those tweets because they legally can't talk about it right now. Legal cases, we all know, they're probably super difficult, especially internationally. So that's the only explanation I can think of as to why no one wanted to talk about it. Now, as for a couple of comments I saw on my Woojin videos after the fact, is I think people have mistaken my videos on this to be that I don't like Woojin or I hate Woojin, and that's not really true. It's just because, like I've mentioned before, SA is a very personal topic for me, and Stray Kids is my main group. I had made that first video way before any of the Woojin accusations came through, and then Stays were telling me to keep Stray Kids names out of it when it was literally about Stray Kids and Woojin. And then the second video was made. The amount of, like, the cancel culture in general that we have is a huge problem, because you should be allowed to feel uncomfortable about something and want to stay neutral without being attacked from either side about it. And you should be able to dislike something and have that be your own prerogative, or to like something and that be your own prerogative. I feel like it's very unfair for people to force their opinions onto each other. It's okay to voice them in a polite way and have a discussion. But I'm going to go through my comments now and take some screenshots blurring out the names of people and just show you how vile some people could be. I couldn't even keep up with like making sure that they were deleted. Honestly, I want to apologize to Woojin for any of the hate that I helped direct onto him, because that wasn't my intention. I just wanted to report on what was going on. So for that, I am sorry. And I've actually emailed 10X Entertainment about this and even asked for a statement about why they didn't talk about A1 that much. But yeah, no one deserves to be doxxed. Like I've said before in other videos, no one deserves to have their career ruined because someone lied.
Every time someone is found to be lying about sexual assault, the harder it becomes for real victims to come forward and get justice. It's the little boy who cried wolf story personified. The more people that lie about something, the less likely people are to believe them when it really happens. Not only that, but the person who was accused but was actually innocent would have their entire life ruined. Woojin's reputation is far from redeemable now, and I can't say if that's a good thing or a bad thing until the full truth comes out.
And honestly, the fact that someone lied is even worse, because SA, half the time victims aren't believed, especially in places like South Korea. And if people lie about it, it makes it even harder for people to be believed, more so than if Woojin got away with something. And also, I would like to apologize to Cups, because I saw this comment on one of my videos. When I read this, my heart broke a little bit, because like, Stay is my fandom. Stay is like the one group I can identify with. Most of my friends I have, like, currently, I met through Stray Kids or introduced me to Stray Kids. And to see people who love the same boys I love and who love the same songs I love, to see them start fan wars and to tear other people apart makes me feel sick. So I would like to apologize to that cub in particular and to all cubs in general. Like, no one deserves to feel like their opinion isn't valid or their feelings aren't valid. Anyway, this is officially the last video addressing any of the Woojin stuff unless things come out. Unless we hear about the legal stuff from Brazil, like, coming to an end. I want to know about that. So to any cubs who stumble upon this video and made it this far and heard me out to the end, I have 2 Woojin PCs that I don't think deserve to be destroyed or thrown away or whatever dumb people are doing with them. And I would rather them have good homes. So if you would like them, please DM me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will happily mail them to you. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for hearing me out. And that's it. Bye.